This is going to be one of the most important videos that I cover in this series. You are not bad with money. Being bad with money is not a personality trait. It's an excuse that people come up with to justify why they're stuck and why they're broke. The truth is, you just don't have a system in place for your money. And today, that changes. In this video, I'm going to be covering exactly how to do a simple, stress-free budget, even if you failed budgeting in the past. No spreadsheets, no complicated apps, no math degree required. Anyone can do this, and everyone should. Now, there are tons of budgeting methods out there, but the one that I recommend and the one that we're going to be covering today is the zero-based budget. It's extremely easy to understand and it's great for beginners, and it's the exact method that I use to budget my own money. Let's get into it. Here's how it works. Every dollar that you earn now has a job. Whether it's rent, food, gas, investing, savings, no matter what it is, nothing gets left behind. Every single dollar you earn will now have a purpose until your income minus your expenses equals zero. This does not mean that you spend every single dollar, but now you can see exactly where your money is going instead of wondering where it went. Let me show you how it works. We're going to break this down into 5 easy steps to get this budget completed. Let's hop into step 1. Before you get into making the budget, you need to see exactly where your money is going. You'd be surprised how many people have no idea what they're spending their money on. So step 1 involves you opening up your banking app and write down every single expense that you had last month. This needs to include everything, all of it, no matter the cost. Every coffee, every Amazon order, every DoorDash, every dollar you spent, write it down. You even need to write down your essentials as well, such as your rent, your mortgage, your car insurances, your car payments, things that you have to pay. Make sure you write those down as well. And for some of you, you may need to estimate some of it, such as your utilities, because sometimes it may cost less some months, sometimes more months. Go ahead and write an estimate of what that cost is. Now let's get into step 2. Step 2 involves us categorizing all of those expenses that we just wrote down. You're going to be using 3 different categories for this: needs, wants, and goals. Your needs are going to be everything that you have to pay every single month. Your rent or mortgage, your insurances, your car payment, things like that you absolutely have to pay, no question. Your wants is going to involve everything that you'd like to do. Your lattes, eating out, the fast food, the DoorDashes, anything like that is going to go in that wants category. These are things that you can live without, but obviously you'd prefer to have. And then finally, our goals category. This is going to involve our savings goals, our investment goals, things of that nature. Now to step 3. Step 3 is writing down your monthly income. Make sure you include all sources. So if you have any side hustles or do anything like that, make sure you include it all, add it all up, and write it down. Now we're on to step 4. Now we know exactly how much money we're spending. We've categorized all those expenses. We now know how much we're making every single month. It's now time to do the zero-based budget. Let me show you an example. All right, guys, here is our example of our zero-based budget. Now, before we hop into it, just keep in mind that this is just an example, and you're going to have to tweak certain numbers around, add certain things to categories depending on what you have going on in your life. But let's get into it. In this example, we're covering someone who makes $3,200 a month after tax. That's about $800 a week. We have those same exact categories that we just spoke about: our needs, our wants, and our goals. And let's dive into them a little bit further. Under our needs category, we have the rent, car payment, utilities, groceries, our insurances, our gas, our phone and Wi-Fi, and our minimum debt payments, all with the amount right beside there, with a total of $2,500. If we move over to our wants category, these can be things like dining out, your entertainment, your subscriptions, your clothing or gifts or anything like that, and your personal spending. In this example, we have it all listed out with our amounts totaling up to about $200. Then we move over to our goals. This can be your savings goals, whether you have an emergency fund or you don't have an emergency fund and you're still saving for it. You're saving for a house, you're saving for that one brand new item that you want, or you're just saving in general. Make sure that we write that in here under our goals. In this example, we're doing a Roth IRA contribution as well, which totals up to about $200. And then, of course, we have any extra debt payments, any extra cash that we can put towards that debt to finally get rid of it. In this example, it totals up to about $500. And as you guys can see right here at the bottom, the total of all of our expenses is $3,200, the same as our monthly income. $3,200 minus $3,200 is zero, making it a zero-based budget. Now let's get into step 5. Guys, now that you've seen the example of how the budget's supposed to look, now we're on to step 5. Adjust and do not quit. Guys, your first budget, even your first couple of budgets, are going to be far from perfect. You're going to overspend in some categories. Things are going to happen. That is completely normal. But it's extremely important that you come back to the budget, tweak it as needed, and keep on going. The goal is not perfection, it's progress and control. All right, guys, now you've seen the 5 steps that it takes to do the zero-based budget. But I want to go in a little bit more in depth on some tips and tricks that can make it so much easier to stay consistent. Let's start with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is automate everything that you can. This means automate your savings to where your bank account, once you get paid, automatically sends a certain amount of money over to your savings. Automate your credit card payments to where at the end of the month, your card payment is automatically paid off. Automate your car payments to where every single time when the payment comes time, it automatically pays itself. Guys, everything that you automate makes every single step of doing the budget much easier. And at one point, you can literally automate everything so much to where when you open your bank account, the only money is there is the money that you get to spend on whatever you want. Tip number 2. Guys, while I absolutely recommend your first few times of doing a budget, writing it down so you can see it in your own words and make it real so it's not just numbers on a screen, at one point you're definitely going to want to get into the budgeting apps. There's tons of apps out there that make budgeting so much easier, and they can almost automate the process for you, lowering the amount of time that it takes and giving you more time to do whatever you'd like to do. Tip number 3. Guys, if you are in a relationship, turn budgeting into a date. Go out to a coffee shop, go out to a picnic, take your partner with you, bring your budget books, and do your budget together. This is the method that my girlfriend and I use to always keep coming back every single month because we enjoy a nice caramel latte. Tip number 4, guys, please do not force yourself into a system that is not going to allow you to be consistent. If writing it down is what you want to do, write it down. If using an app is what you want to do, use an app. Form a system, form a method that is always going to keep you coming back. Tip number 5, and something that I was kind of just introduced to, is using AI to help you with your budget. Use ChatGPT, tell it how much money you make, tell it you wanted a zero-based budget, tell it your needs, and it can literally do the budget for you in less than a minute. If that's something that you're interested in, try it out. I don't care what you do as long as you stay consistent. Just like I said in my first video, this is the foundation of financial literacy. You have to do a budget. You cannot fix a problem that you cannot see. Listen, if you don't take this seriously, you're gonna feel it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but eventually the stress is gonna hit. You're gonna check your bank account and wonder where it all went. You're gonna have no savings, you're gonna have no plan, and you're gonna have absolutely no peace of mind. And it's not because you're lazy or because you're bad with money, it's because no one taught you this stuff. But now you have a system that you can use. Budgeting isn't about numbers, it's about freedom. It's about being in control of your money instead of your money being in control of you. You deserve to be in control. You deserve to feel confident every time that you go to swipe your card, and you deserve to win with money. So take an hour this week, sit down, open your banking app, write it all down, and start. Your future self is going to thank you tenfold. I promise you, doing this now will make everything easier later. This is the foundation of financial freedom. I want to leave you with a question. If you're broke right now, struggling, drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and you don't plan to change anything about the way that you manage your money, how do you ever plan to be wealthy and live the life that you want? Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.